Any dog owner can confirm that dogs do some very strange things. Dogs often exhibit strange behaviors like sniffing other dogs' butts, eating poop, getting the zoomies, and more. Many strange behaviors are evolutionary or instinctual. Most of the weird things dogs do are completely normal, but others can be signs of health conditions. Today, we'll tell you about 10 odd dog behaviors and what they actually mean. Number 9. Bad breath. Dogs aren't known for having wonderfully minty breath. But if you notice a marked change with even a little halitosis, it might be time to take a trip to the veterinarian. There could be something wrong with your dog's oral health. A change in the smell of your dog's breath may also be a cause for concern with respect to his gastrointestinal tract, liver, or kidneys. If your dog's breath smells of urine, for instance, he could have a kidney problem. Sweet-smelling breath is a sign to vets that your dog may have diabetes, especially if he's drinking more water and urinating more often. His overall dog mood may appear happy, but if his breath has changed, pay attention. Let your veterinarian know. Number 8. Biting. Puppies may nip at you as they learn how to communicate with their pet parents. This usually happens while playing, as young dogs often communicate with their mouths when they interact. It may also happen during training, or for simply no reason you can identify. If your young one is nipping regularly, though, it's important to stop it before it develops into a more problematic dog behavior down the line. Dogs bite out of anxiety, fear, or aggression. Can you identify which is motivating your pet to do so? Is his mood influencing his actions? If you're having trouble teaching your dog not to bite, consider working with a professional trainer or, better yet, a veterinary behaviorist. Your veterinarian should be able to recommend one to you. Number 7. Circling and digging. Dogs who can't stop walking in circles may have a health issue. Yes, sometimes it's fun to chase your tail, but if your pup can't shake the compulsion, there's a problem beneath the surface. Ear infections may cause circling. Older dogs may suffer from idiopathic vestibular syndrome. And, not to alarm you, but all dogs are at risk for poisoning or a brain tumor. Only your vet can determine the cause of your dog circling, so get him in for a checkup. Dogs dig in the ground for many reasons: to escape, to track animals, to make a cool spot to lay, or to hide something important to them. However, some dogs dig inside as well. Have you ever noticed your dog scratching at the blankets or couch in order to find the perfect place to lie down? This dog behavior happens most often at night and during nap times, and it is completely normal. If your dog's digging starts to bother you or damage your furniture, consider working with a professional trainer to reduce this stubborn habit. Number 6. Eating poop. Many things can cause coprophagy, the medical term for consuming feces. Your pup might be hungry. He could like the smell and taste. It's possible he's missing key nutrients from his diet. He might just think it's fun. It's not a behavior we want to dwell on, so for everyone's sake, we'll just say that if your dog is fond of eating, you know what? Ask your veterinarian for help. Dogs eat feces for many reasons. It can be a normal, while distasteful to us, dog behavior. Young dogs may watch their mother clean them, who ingest feces as a result. Fear may even cause your dog to eat feces if he's afraid of the repercussions. Then again, your dog may just be curious. He may smell certain scents in the feces and wonder what it tastes like. Eating poop can also be an instinctive solution to a nutritional deficiency. Make sure you're feeding your dog a well-balanced food like Hill's Science Diet, so you can completely rule out malnutrition as a reason for his eating waste. Contact your veterinarian, especially if your dog is losing weight as well. Number 5. Head pressing and panting. If you notice your dog pressing his head against the wall or another firm object, there's a need for your immediate attention. Make an appointment with your dog's vet right away. Dogs expel most of their body heat from their mouths. When your dog pants, he's probably too warm, so he is regulating his body temperature. However, it's important to pay attention to panting, as he may do it when in pain as well. Help your pal regulate his temperature and make sure he's well hydrated before any physical activity, especially as the weather warms up. If your dog was injured, get him to the vet immediately. Some other health problems may also show increased panting as a sign, so if you have a question, don't hesitate to contact your vet. Whistling, speaking in a high-pitched voice, or even making funny noises can cause one of dogdom's cutest and most amusing behaviors. Exactly why dogs cock their head to the side remains uncertain, but behaviorists speculate that canines are trying to make sense of what they hear. Another reason your pup may tilt her head is to more accurately determine the location of a sound. If she consistently holds her head to one side without an obvious trigger, she might have a medical issue and should see a veterinarian. Number 4. Sitting on your feet or between your legs. This is often mistaken for possessive behavior, but is most often a sign of anxiety or nervousness. Dominance is rarely the problem. Your dog is probably trying to feel safer by staying close. While you might not always want your dog to cover you with slobbery kisses, are actually his way of showing affection. Plus, your dog has probably figured out that licking you tends to get your attention. Of course, there are other reasons dogs lick you. Some researchers say licking is a sensory tool for dogs, similar to reaching out and touching something. Another explanation could be that canine mothers lick their puppies, and puppies lick their mothers and litter mates for grooming and social reasons. So this natural behavior continues into adulthood. Number 3. Scooting. Have you ever watched your dog drag himself across the floor with his bottom on the ground? It may seem funny or kind of disgusting, but it is also called scooting, and it means there's something irritating your dog's anus. It's possible that your pup's anal sacs are full and need to be expressed. Allergies may also show up as an itchy rear. While it's common to blame worms, it is an uncommon reason for the behavior. Check with your veterinarian to be sure your pal is on an appropriate parasite prevention program. Finally, a dog who's a grass eater or likes to lick around the house could have strands of grass or hair trapped in his anus that he's rubbing the ground to get out. Number 2. Urinating and yawning. If your dog is house trained, it may come as a surprise if you see him urinating in your home. Dog behavior doesn't usually change without reason. Formerly reliable dogs who suddenly begin urinating inside need your attention. American Staffordshire Terrier puppy, white with black eye patch, yawns sitting on wooden boards. Although you might think he needs some sleep, a dog yawn doesn't usually mean he's tired. He may be interested in napping, but he could also be showing a sign of fear or stress. If your dog appears to yawn at an increased rate around a new person, don't rush to introduce. He's either picking up vibes he doesn't feel comfortable with or is fearful for a less obvious reason. No matter what the case, a forced introduction isn't a good idea. Number 1. Anxiety shows in many ways. Signs of anxiety include shaking, tail tucking, escapist behavior, defecating in the home, biting or injuring himself, barking, and many more, according to Pet MD. Because they're technically pack animals, your dog may become fearful when left alone. If separation anxiety is a chronic issue for your dog, you'll both need to learn how to create a relaxing environment when you leave the house. Consider taking your dog for a long walk or play a rigorous game of fetch in your backyard to tire him out before you go. If you're still having trouble with separation anxiety, consider involving a professional who can work on behavioral training. Do let us know in the comment if your dog is exhibiting one of these behaviors. Please subscribe to The Amazing Dogs. Thanks for watching.